Thank you, Devin. Today is the final day of muzzle loader season, a beloved Northwoods tradition.
Yes, so we decided to take a shot and try our hand at shooting the old-timey weapon over in Crandon. Here's how our experience went.
We're here at the Forest County Firing Range with Robert Connor of Northwoods Firearms just down the road. Thanks for coming out with us today, Robert.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. We're here hopefully for muzzleloader season to learn a little bit about what is a muzzleloader. And Jackie's here as well. You know, first time, is it your first time shooting a gun?
It is my first time ever shooting a gun. Not my first time holding one, thanks to Robert, but it is my first time shooting one.
Well, fantastic. Well, we're excited to get it going, and with his expertise, hopefully we can get this going.
Looking forward to it. Theory what a muzzleloader is it's a rifle that you load from the front. So you breech load it, you use a ramrod, and you load it either with a ball or a sabot. Then you usually use a percussion cap or a primer. Today we'll be using an inline muzzleloader, which is the most common that's used today. It's the most modernized version of the muzzleloader. For every muzzleloader, there's 3 basic recipes or ingredients to the recipe. So you got the charge, the projectile, and what ignites it. So you have, in this case, these are white hot pellets. Each pellet's 50 grains. This is the bullet or a sabot. This is a power belt. A true sabot has a sleeve that you put over it, and then you slide it in. This is already on it, so it's kind of like a crossover. And then this is a primer, a 209. This is the same primer that's in a shotgun.
And I know nothing.
The theory is to make it harder to use. So that's why muzzleloader season's now, and they don't, you know, it's not, you basically get one shot to make it work. So the odds of you getting to reload this again and shooting deer a second time is slim to none. So. And then this is the ramrod that every muzzleloader has. So you finish it off with this the rest of the way until it hits all the way down. Just give her a couple taps, not very hard, and then that's it. The last step is to put the primer. It won't ignite without the primer, so you don't put the primer in first, you put it in last. So on an inline, you break it open just like a shotgun, and then you put the primer in right here. We'll close it, we'll cock the hammer back and fire. It's that easy. On a rifle, when you squeeze the trigger, you apply direct pressure, steady pressure, and it's a light pull. When you pull the trigger back, don't let go instantly when it fires. Pin the trigger to the rear, and what that does is it ensures that you have a straight follow-through pull on the trigger. Otherwise, what a lot of people do is they'll pull and they'll flick. They call it like a booger flicker, and what it is people are anticipating another shot because most people have been shooting semi-automatics like handguns or shotguns, and they have to reset their finger. On a single shot like this, you want to focus on just steady back and pin it to the rear, and that'll make sure that you're not flinching. You start to develop a trigger panic, and you'll start to flinch. At 50 yards, you don't notice it, but at 400 or 500 yards, you'll go 3, 4, 5 inches out of the way because of that. So, go for it. Oh. Nice. How'd that feel? Nice.
Neat. So there's no casings either?
Nope. A traditional muzzleloader doesn't break open, so it just dead ends. And you can never get the rear end of the rear end of the bore clean because it just stops. So this way here you can push a cleaning rod completely through. Plus you can look through and make sure it's not loaded, right? You can see daylight?
Yes.
Okay. And what's nice is to know if the person that gave it to you didn't have a charge in it and you just double loaded it. So that's pretty important not to do that.
Gosh, that was a fun time to get out there.
That was good. He was so knowledgeable about everything, and I remember right when I pulled it, and even though I knew it was coming, I still turned back and I was like, I was surprised it did it because I didn't know when it was going to do it.
Exactly. No, he was very knowledgeable, especially like pulling it back and then holding it all the way back at the end, especially with the one shot. That's just a one-shot thing.
Yeah, and he was very nice to bring the little holder for it too, because I could not have held that and shot it. That would not have worked out.
How did you do, Jackie?
I actually did the best out of all 3 of us. I hit it I was let's say this was the target. I was about right here. Michael was about here.
Yep. And
Robert was like up here.
high. He was
he missed it a bit, you know. But yeah, I was very proud of myself. So.
No, she did great. Her first time shooting a gun. And this is my first time shooting a muzzleloader, so it was a fantastic thing, and a great way to wrap up the muzzleloader season. And we can't thank Robert enough for doing that with us.
For trusting us, for trusting me to hold a gun and to shoot one.
It was great.
But yeah, it was so much fun. Definitely felt very Wisconsin. But coming up, we have What's Trending, including